Multiplying fractions. Stuff just gets easier and easier. So for multiplying fractions, you multiply top times top and bottom times bottom. So A times C and B times D. Then you reduce if you can. We do things the easy way around here. You do need to know your properties. We've already talked about the properties. They don't change. All they're doing now is sticking fractions in them. So here we have this one. If you have A over B times C over D, the commutative property means you can move stuff around. So these fractions can switch places. You can have C over D times A over B. The associative property says different people can talk to different things. So these fractions can talk to different things. So instead of A over B talking to C over D, you can have C over D talking to E over F. Simple. A fraction is reduced to lowest terms if the numerator and denominator have no common factors other than 1. In order to figure that out, you are going to have to find the prime factorization of each. So in order to do that, you have to factor the top and factor the bottom. If I factor this top, I get 2 times 7. If I factor this bottom, I get 2 times 11. 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1. So in effect, they can cancel each other out, and I'm left with 7 over 11. That doesn't change the value at all. It looks the same, but it doesn't change the value. So I have reduced this fraction. That's how you reduce it by hand. How do we reduce it in the calculator? Well, I put in my 14 divided by 22, because that's what it says, 14 divided by 22, and I press enter. Put fraction in calculator, and it gives me a decimal. I don't want a decimal, so I can press second FD, and it would give me the number. Which is 7 over 11, which is what we got. It's always going to give you the reduced fraction. Always going to give you the reduced fraction. There is another way of sticking this fraction in. If you look, there is an ND key. So if you want, you can put the fraction in the calculator, like literally put the fraction in the calculator. You can press the ND key and put in the 14, and then on the bottom, put in the 22. And when you do that, and press enter, it's going to give it out to you as a fraction. Since you put it in there as a fraction, it's going to spit it out to you as a fraction. So you don't have to worry about the second part of this. It's just a tip. They want you to reduce the top and the bottom by factoring like I did, and then canceling out like I did. Because 2 over 2 is equal to 1, like I showed you. And then there's the calculator, like I showed you. They'd want you to do that the long way for all of these problems that have multiple numbers, where you have to factor on top and on bottom multiple times. You have a calculator for a reason. Let's use the calculator you have, because God allowed for you to have a calculator. You know, we didn't always allow you to have a calculator. I'm just saying, you came along now, and now you can use this calculator. 17 on top and on bottom, we have 50. Let's go over times another fraction. 25 on top and on bottom, we have 34. Let's angle over and go times, and it's not a fraction, it's a regular old 8, and press enter. It's not hard. It's not hard anymore. It used to be hard. It used to be frustrating. It used to make people cry. It doesn't anymore. Don't make people cry just for the sake of making people cry. It's okay. I know you want it to be hard. There are some of my students, I promise you, who just wanted it to be hard because it was hard for them. But no, it's okay. Let's just let it be easy now. We can let it be easy. Okay, try this one. Let's see how you do. It's going to spit it out to you in proper form. It's going to be reduced in everything, just for you, just like you need it, just the way it should be, all the time. There are lovely problems here. 5 through 7, you should be able to do, no problem. Go ahead and try them. Those are the answers for 5 through 7. If you have a question on that, since I kind of just went through it and did it in my head, please email me about it. I will be happy to explain it to you. But number 8, we really do need to talk about. I'm going to show it to you in some in-depthness. You ready? Because this you kind of do need to write out. Until you get the hang of it, you kind of do need to write it out. So the 35, I'm going to leave alone. But the a squared is like a times a. Then b times b times b times c. And then the 36, a, c, c, and c over 20, a, b times b, and then c times c, and then 14, a times a, and then b, and then c times c. Remember we had this conversation about if you have something on top and something on the bottom, they can cancel out because the 2 on top and the 2 on the bottom was like a 1. It works here too. So this a on top and this a on the bottom, they get to cancel out because it's like a 1. And this b on top and this b on bottom, that's like a 1. This b on top, that b on bottom, that's like a 1. This c on top, that c on bottom, that's like a 1. This a on top, that a on bottom, that's like a 1. This c on top, that c on bottom, that's like a 1. This c on top, that c on bottom, that's like a 1. But we have something else. Anything ever on top with anything ever on the bottom gets to cancel out. That c can cancel out with that c because one's on top and one's on bottom. This a can cancel out with that a because one's on top and one's on bottom. This b can cancel out with that b because one's on top and one's on bottom. So eventually you just end up with the numbers. Does that always happen that way? No. Will you need to always write it out? No. Eventually, very seldom do you have them all listed out like that, but eventually you'll catch on and you'll get quicker at it and you'll be able to say, oh, I have 2 up here and 2 down there. They'll cancel out. 1 here and 1 there. They'll cancel out. And you'll just cancel them in your head like I was doing up there. You'll get faster with it. It's okay. But if you start out and you have a bunch of letters, it's okay to write them out. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with showing your work. That's how you get partial credit. You show your work. So, over here, I'm left with a number over a number times a number over a number, and I have a calculator. Look at that. So I could do my ND 35 on top of 20 over times 36. It's another fraction. 36 on top of 14. I press enter, and that's going to give me 9 over 2. There you have it. That ends that section. See you in the next one.